Wow, wow, that's interesting. I never looked at it that way in terms of the skill sets of Nigerians. Yeah, so I think that's opened a whole another story for us. But I don't know whether did Joe or Femi wants to come in at this point because that's interesting what Greg has said on that side.
Yeah, what I
Yeah.
wanted to say is what Greg is saying. Yeah, cryptocurrencies and this network-to-network transaction is good and is an important factor in a global economic development.
Mm,
What it is technology, um, training people in technology to benefit the economy. Yeah. And the other part is was discussing his business. I was listening to a pastor, really good pastor. I can't remember his name again. He was saying, you know, in my environment, um, Asians can barely speak. Some are driving Mercedes or own a shop or business, have a mindset when they come from India to England of entrepreneurial, working for themselves. Yeah. And that's why they don't work for any other organization but for themselves. Set up shops, set up businesses, set up accountancy firms and everything. Because yeah, capitalism basically is designed for Asians and Africans.
mm,
Not, I've realized, not a career 9 to 5. No rich man working for an organization 9 to 5 is a millionaire. It's hard to find one if one exists. Correct me.
mm, mm,
So the mindset now is entrepreneurial um, concept. Even if you're working, you must have an entrepreneurial um, mindset. If you're a doctor, you must be entrepreneurial. That's what this pastor was saying.
mm.
And that's the only way we're going to survive in the Western world and indeed in Africa and be competitive. In India, they educate their people. And it's not only India, there's Singapore, there's Singapore, Malaysia, who have no natural resources like Nigeria, Africa, but the seventh in the gross domestic product of Europe, of the world, seventh largest economy, but yet they have no natural resources.
Mm, mm.
But their structures is built on education, training, jobs, technology.
Right. So I think that you've now I think in terms of what Greg said, which is quite interesting in terms of where we focus our educations in Nigeria. I think one of the things that's how can we be ready? How can we be ready? How can we be ready for what's going to happen in the next 2 to 5 years? Greg mentioned the fact that we need to invest more in STEM education. I think the government needs to invest more in STEM education, also into tech hubs, also into the internet infrastructure, and for Nigeria especially, also into the light, electricity infrastructure also, because all these things combined are the ones that can actually help us take advantage of the new industrial revolution. Also, I think the governments need to probably give companies that are in the tech and in the digital world a little bit more kind of slack in terms of give them a bit more, what did I say? Maybe tax exemptions, as long as they're showing that they can bring people in, train them, develop systems. There needs to be something on the government side in terms of saying, well, look, we need to develop this tech side. Also, I think what happens in a lot of these governments in terms of Africa, they say don't, they ban certain things like crypto, they ban this, they ban that, but they're banning it at the expense of the people because what happens is eventually they're going to have to let it through. But that means that when they do let it through, the country, the people are behind in knowledge on it. They're behind in application of using it. So we're always fighting from behind rather than in front. So I think for in terms of the families, the African families, the black families, the minorities, the disadvantaged families, they all need to see what can they do in terms of education, in terms of awareness, in terms of getting involved in doing something. Businesses, set your own business up. This is a golden opportunity to set your business up on any of these things, whether it's AI, whether it's tech, whether it's whether it's decentralization, whether it's cybersecurity is going to be massive. Cybersecurity is going to be massive because just like Greg said, it's all this AI and the robotics and the Internet of Things are going to be sitting on the internet. So guess what? And they're going to be sitting on cryptocurrency. So guess what? The crime is no longer physical, it's all going to be virtual. So what we need is we need a lot of people in Nigeria, in different places in countries like Ghana, South Africa. We need a lot of people learning these things. I've met lots of people in Nigeria with cybersecurity skills, but when I ask them questions, they're talking absolute, well, not say absolute, it's not good from what I'm hearing. Yeah. Well, I've met people that know AI and they don't know AI. So I think we need to there needs to be center of excellence. Center of excellence. I've got a plan, and Joe knows my plan in terms of coming back to Africa and setting up a few centers there. But I've decided where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do to be able to bring this technology and to be able to make it the infrastructure make the infrastructure solid so that I can work on it. Femi, you wanted to say something? I see your camera's come on. Yeah, Femi?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm just listening.
Okay,
I
Femi.
concur with what everyone has said.
Yeah, okay. Because what I'd say is everybody on this call today, everyone here can open up a business that can be start today and be massive in 5 years' time because we're all starting from ground zero. Yeah, there's very few people that know everything. So we're all starting from ground zero. I believe that for us as a black community, as a minority community, if we're going to take advantage of this in the Western world, yeah, we need to set up our own businesses now. Yeah. And we need to start improving our skills, adding value to our knowledge and moving from that angle. So, Greg, do you want to come in here?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I didn't even know that I was unmuted. Okay. So, yes, 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 that's correct, Mr. Tony. The point is, apart from just starting your business, which is the very first thing to do, another thing also is to look for partnerships. Because while you're starting your business, very, very good idea. I'm actually looking out for one as well. Um, so I have already started one or two. I think partnerships are also very good. There are companies that are selling chips today. You look at what is going on with Donald Trump, with his decisions, which is trying to, going back to protectionism because it seems like the US is losing the war so far in terms of the economic warfare. I'm not going to focus on AI war alone. I'm going to focus on the general stuff. So it's an opportunity. It's a reset, just like you said. It is a reset, and anybody who wants to also start a business must make sure that it is something they are willing to go out for, but more importantly, look out for good partnerships. Look out for good partnerships because if you are not in the US, maybe you are in Africa, or you are in the UK even, the way the Chinese companies are taking over the world, not just all of that, the way more sophisticated businesses are taking over the world. If you do not have the resources, you may actually get burnt as well, except it's something you've been doing for a very long time. So, yes, start a business, but again, you can actually just go and get a dealership of a business that's already in existence, then use their processes because they have the capacity to buy the latest technologies, to employ the right set of people that will make all the choices, while yours is just to distribute the product. That'll be my own point of view. So when you open your business, look out for the right set of people to partner with. Look out for these newest companies. If you look at China, for instance, there are numerous companies who are producing chips, who are just trying to find a way to bring out their head somewhere. That is actually the kind of thing some of us need to start thinking about as well. Because some people may not have the power to write a proper business plan, taking all those processes, but you can just get a dealership of a company that is very solid. You be the first or the second to push that and then push it with your strength. That is also another way to go about it for those who do not want to start a business. But the first thing is for everyone to look out for opportunities, look out for solutions, the problem they will solve in a society. Thank you, Mr. Tony.
Well, I'm sure Joe, you want to come in here because I
Yeah,
can see you
so
nodding your head.
I just want to ask him, is it, I can't remember his
Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah. In setting up a business, yeah, the question just eluded me. In setting up a business, yeah, what would you say I mean, it's obvious why we need to set up a business, yeah, but what do you think we need to think? We need to change our culture, our mentality, because I was indoctrinated in go to university, get a degree, get a job, build a career. But what do you think, this even to the audience, we need to be entrepreneurial in our mindset, in our activities? Because if you're a doctor, you could be entrepreneurial. If you're a nurse, you could be entrepreneurial. If you're a road cleaner or morning clean, any profession that you've been in for long, you can use that skills you develop to be entrepreneurial. But why? This is to the audience and to the last person, Greg. Why do you think we need to change our mindset to become entrepreneurial?
Oh yeah. So, Mr. Tony, if I can chime in on that. So again, I would thank you, Joe, for that question, and I would like to quickly make a very quick correction right here, which is some people look at entrepreneurship as a business. The mindset. When somebody wants to start a business, you want to start a business as a business owner. Just that is the idea. And then another person wants to start a business as an entrepreneur. Two different things. A business person focuses first on profits, and an entrepreneur focuses first on impact before profit. So I want to start a business. My primary reason for starting a business is to make profits. And then in making profits, I will make impact. That is the idea behind a business. Someone that just wants, I want to answer a CEO. I want to open a business. Whereas an entrepreneur is someone who goes, I want to solve this problem. And in solving this problem, I'm going to make profits. Okay, so the only difference is the entrepreneur focuses more on the impact he wants to make, the problem he wants to solve before he will know the amount to charge for it, the kind of money we want to make for it. Now, if we want to look at it and say, what kind of mindset should we have and why should we even consider this? We've talked about crypto, talked about AI taking out jobs, talked about so all of these things. So everything is all about solving problem. AI wants to solve a problem. Robotics wants to solve a problem. Crypto wants to solve a problem. So an entrepreneur should have the mindset to say, I want to be a part of the system, just a tiny little part of the system. What problem can I solve? Not how much or how big the business is going to be. What problem can I solve? And if I'm able to solve that problem, it will eventually pay me. That's why I said, even if it means being the distributor, you can be in the chain. You can be in the chain of distribution of this product being shipped. Look at there are some people who started selling telephones just from 1999 till now, and some of them are billionaires. So who knows what the next technology is going to sell? Who knows what robotics? Who knows how frequent? It is possible that every home will have robots in their homes. It is possible that even if it's just the chips being in the supply chain, that is also another very important thing. So this time around, it does not require any robot to it requires a human being because, like I said, human beings will play more role than what the media is making us believe. That is why for anybody who wants to start a business, who want the right mindset is how big is this problem that I'm going to solve is. It's not about the money. The money shouldn't even be part of it. So if you want to be entrepreneurial, you must focus on the impact, the solution you want to bring before you talk about the money. And that is the reason why even business is not for everybody. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Some people can actually survive by doing their 9 to 5, and they are so good at it. I do not encourage such people to quit their job and start a business. I will tell you, keep your job, do these things more, start solving the problem, break it down to the smallest, to the tiniest step. And when you are able to take it, you can do that thing from your house. From your house without expecting anybody to pay you. That is what I mean by being entrepreneurial. But when it is a business person, they will start with the intention of being paid at the very first time. And that is why business people do not last, but entrepreneurs last longer.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's nice and clear. Yeah. So what would you say you are, Greg? A business or an entrepreneur?
If I'm being honest, at the early stage of my life,
Yeah.
I was much more interested in profits because I mean, how do you blame me? I came out from a noble, family where we're not as rich,
Mm, mm,
not so wealthy.
mhm,
So at that stage, it is basically all about survival. And when it is all about survival, you do whatever the hand sees because you need to eat, you need to take care of yourself.
mm,
But eventually, when you become stable at a certain stage, you need to become entrepreneur, which is what can I solve? What problem can I solve? Which impact can I make to the society? And in making that impact, an entrepreneur must also be able to know when to ask for the money. It is not saying, oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so passionate about this. I'm passionate about. It is not about passion. Entrepreneurship is not about passion. Entrepreneurship is about business. The only difference is an entrepreneur focuses more on the impact, first of all, while an ordinary business person focuses more on the profit. That is the primary difference between the both of them.
right.
So right now, Mr. Tony, if I should answer you, I used to be a businessman, but now I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay. Welcome to the entrepreneur world then. Yeah. Yeah. So, Joe, I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well put. Well
Good,
put.
good. I want to just play something, if I can, if you don't mind. I just want to give you an idea of some of the things that are happening right now. So hopefully when you see my screen, can you see my screen? You can't see my screen?
Not
No?
yet.
You have
Not
to
yet.
share.
Okay, and I think I realized that, Joe.
Sorry about
I,
that. I'm a teacher. I
I
can
just
use
say
it.
AI hasn't got me that bad yet. Hopefully you can see my screen now, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. So now let's just play this. This is from Tesla, just to give you an insight into a little bit of things that's happening with the Internet of Things and stuff. Yeah. I just want to play this. So someone's coming in. Okay, let's say.
It is expected that the robot's hands will have 22 degrees of freedom once it enters mass production, just 5 shy of the 27 degrees of freedom found in human hands. Elon Musk has repeatedly highlighted the pivotal importance of the hands in Optimus's design, stating that a significant portion of the robot's electromechanical engineering effort, nearly half, was dedicated to developing the hands. This focus is not merely about engineering a functional appendage, it marks a critical step toward replicating human-like dexterity in robots, which has profound implications for a range of tasks, from the subtle precision required in picking up a delicate object like a cup, to the intricate and nuanced movements involved in folding clothes or playing a musical instrument such as the piano. In many ways, this pursuit is more than a technical challenge. The latest iteration of Optimus, for example, boasts 22 degrees of freedom in its hands and forearms, double the number found in its predecessor. This advanced level of articulation allows for greater flexibility and precision, vastly improving the robot's ability to replicate the intricate movements of the human hand. According to Musk, initial design attempts involved overloading the hand itself with actuators in an effort to maximize strength, but this resulted in a bulky and unrefined form. Robots like Boston Dynamics Atlas and Agility Robotics Cassie come with hefty price tags, $150,000 and $250,000 respectively, but their batteries last only between 90 minutes and 2 hours. In contrast, Optimus offers a far more cost-effective solution, priced under $20,000, delivering almost an entire day's worth of work on just one charge. The stark difference in performance and cost efficiency positions Optimus as the clear leader. Its brain, a custom-designed system-on-a-chip created by Tesla, is located in the robot's chest. By 2025, the Tesla Bot Gen 3 is no longer a prototype. It's here, 30% faster and smarter than anyone expected. Not only can it fold laundry and cook meals, but it can also care for the elderly without supervision. Gen 3 promises to be a breakthrough in home healthcare and continuous medical monitoring. Recently, Elon Musk confirmed that by 2027, Tesla will be mass-producing over 100,000 Tesla Bot robots. We are getting closer to a future where bartenders, waiters, and even babysitters are robots. It's becoming reality. So, is your job at risk? Will you profit from these robots instead of being replaced? In today's episode, we're going to show you exactly how you can turn a Tesla bot into a money-making machine for yourself, even if you're just an ordinary worker. Believe us, job number 3 will definitely shock you. Miss it, and you'll regret it.